Hello sweeties and welcome to my channel. My name is Ronnie and this is my first speed build in Paralives. So this game came out 2 days ago, and since it's an early access release, I wanted to see how the building in this game works, whether the fact that it's in early access is going to impact the building process, and how creative you can get with it in this stage of development. I'm going to give you my first impressions of what I found exciting and what I am at this point missing. Mind you, this is an early access, so I'm not going to judge the game for anything as it is still in the development and the team works hard to make it the best playing experience. So every now and then I'll be describing my building process because I'm genuinely happy with the outcome. I'm going to point out cool features that made me really happy, and I'm gonna comment on things that I found slightly lacking. So first of all, let me focus on the exterior of the build. So the tools that we are given are at this point relatively simple. You can build walls. You can also build rounded walls. I still haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to probably in my next video. You can work with platforms, and this works slightly differently from what I'm used to in these types of games, but soon enough I've realized how this works, and I was really happy that, you know, raising the platform inside the house affected the way I could paint the walls outside. So you can see here that this is simply just one wall, but I can make the lower part of like a different pattern, so it looks like it's the base of the house, and then you have the simple purple, in my case purple paneling in the around the rooms. So that was quite exciting for me, and I very much enjoyed this part. Now you can see me struggling a bit with columns. This is something I still haven't figured out how it should properly works. At one point I managed to change the height of them without snapping to the grid, but at some point I couldn't. I wasn't really sure what was happening, but maybe it was just like my own inexperience with it. So I just meant to point it out. You can see that the columns are not perfectly aligned. It's also due to the fact that the terrain is not flat, which is one thing that I was quite surprised by, because the whole town is on a hill, and it looks absolutely amazing, but there are very few lots with flat terrain, and I picked this one lot that's on the hill. I think it's really cute. At first I actually didn't find this lot. I found it maybe 30 minutes later, because I haven't realized how big the town is. But yeah, it's really interesting to try this in your own game. I think it's the first game of the studio, because I think it's quite difficult to do this when the terrain is not flat. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to see what they are going to do with it in the future, because I think it's a really neat thing, and it works quite fine. But for instance, with the columns, it got a bit problematic because they were not really matching the height, because they were on the hill, and I couldn't make them look the same. Anyway, we're popping into the interior now, and I was having a lot of fun working on the kitchen. I very much enjoyed the fact that I could just simply drag the arrows and make the counters bigger or smaller depending on what I needed at that moment, and it just genuinely was a lot of fun. Maybe my own personal comment on this should be that I would actually like it to show how it snaps to something, gives you the possibility to show that something is aligned. It's already happening. You can see the blue lines there, which shows you that, for instance, you're in the middle of the room or something. But for instance, when I was dragging or trying to make the cabinets a bit wider, I really wanted them to match with the counter beneath it, and there's no mark for this, but this is just my own personal thing, because I sometimes want things to be perfectly aligned, and I couldn't do it myself there. But I think it still works quite nice. I don't see that there would be like some huge discrepancy basically. So I was happy with it. It was just like, it would be my own personal preference. But maybe it's there somewhere in the settings and I haven't realized that. That's also a possibility. Anyway, we're now working on the like entrance hall. Is it still a hall when it's not like an open space concept? Not really sure, but it doesn't matter. So we're working on this part of the build. I was very happy with the selection of mirrors. Those are absolutely gorgeous. And now I'm trying to decorate this shelf. The category, like the plants category, is so good. Oh my god, there are so many plants. They all look absolutely wonderful. I love the fact that all the items you place on the shelves, you really do not need them to snap anywhere. You can just position them there, and it's amazing. It works brilliantly. So at this point, I would like to point out the paintings and pictures. You can see me manipulating them right now. I think this is absolutely perfect. I adore the fact that you can add your own pictures and you can make those builds really your own. I can't wait to do something maybe like of some like theme, maybe something movie or TV show related, and placing pictures like that there. I think it's going to look great. You can see I was really playing around with the color wheel a lot. Now, this is definitely one of the highlights of the whole building process. The fact that you can change the colors almost of anything. I would like to point out, maybe for you if you're considering buying this game, that it doesn't work for all items. With some items you cannot change the color, but it makes sense because usually the pattern is way more complicated, so it would be very difficult to, I guess, program it or even like make it look that specific way to make it look nice. So I think it's understandable. For instance, right now you can see that the books, they don't have the little colored circle there in the settings down below, so that means that you can't change the colors of it. I at first actually anticipated that it will be possible, but I think it makes sense that it's not possible for every single item. I also realized that not like sometimes you get the texture setting and sometimes you don't. This is another thing that I still haven't figured out. But for instance, for counters, you can change the texture of the wood. For curtains, you can change also the pattern on it. But with some items, it was not possible, and I'm not really sure why. Even though you could change their colors, but you couldn't change the textures. I'm honestly not really sure how this works, so maybe it was just me missing something. But if you're considering buying this game, I think you might be interested in knowing this. Anyway, many items, however, still remain very flexible in terms of their color and patterns. So as you can see, I am changing the swatches for mostly every single item. I found these beautiful chairs that are purple, but the purple didn't really match the purple I had in the kitchen. So here you can see I'm just going to check the hex code. Is it the hex code? I think so. I copied it from the wall and I just placed it there for the chairs, and I think it looks really nice. I like when things match. It looks beautiful. So as you can see, you can also resize a lot of items, and honestly, that's probably for me even a bigger deal than the color wheel. There, I said it. I think it's even more exciting to change the size of items. I think it's absolutely brilliant because if some things are not fitting, you know, the way you wanted them. For instance, here you can see this little pot of some plant. I just sized it down and then I sized a different one up, and it just fits so nicely. For instance, yeah, these hanging plants, in my opinion, they're way too small, so I just sized them up and they look amazing. Also have to admit that the sizing like down and up, it works really well. At first I thought that the the textures might change too much. I have to admit that I'm not like resizing it too much, but still, I thought that it might look a bit weird, and it didn't. I was really happy about that. I think the only time where I felt like it wasn't working the way I wanted it was maybe with the rugs, because for me personally the rugs then became too, what's the right word, too pixelated maybe. But other items, not at all. And maybe it was like the texture and the pattern of the rug that just like didn't make any sense when you resize it. But yeah, I was very happy about this feature. Like I said, I think it's probably my most favorite feature, because yeah, I can't wait for all the possibilities that you can get with this. My definitely like most favorite possibility right now is to resize the plants. The plants are gorgeous, they are amazing, but some of them are maybe a tad too big. They are definitely perfect for some places, but not for this house. So then I just clicked and I just resized. For instance, these bottle of wines, also I resized them a bit because they felt just too small and I wanted a proper bottle of wine. So yeah, I did that. Here I resized the ceiling light. There are just so many options and I love it so much. So this flexibility is, in my opinion, better than the color wheel. But yeah, feel free to fight with me in the comments, because I said it, I stand by it. I think it's genuinely the best. So now I am decorating the kitchen. I'm having so much fun. I think the kitchen clutter is on point. I think that this is like a full release game, like the number of items is worth the full release. You know, especially in this catalog, in the kitchen items, there are so many beautiful things. These cups, the croissants, oh my god, they're so perfect. And oh, do you see this? Have you noticed how I moved the tray and all the things moved with it? Gorgeous, amazing, perfect. Right now I feel like the Lady Gaga meme, if you know it. Anyway, sorry for that. I'm getting a bit too excited about this, and it's true. I have to admit, when I was building it, I every now and then made some noises like, oh, this is so cool. My boyfriend was really amused by that, because yeah, every now and then it was just like a pure excitement, and it's true. I really think that this game is worth buying, even though there are some bugs, and it's still in early access. But if you enjoy building like I do, and you want to give it a try, and of course, for instance, the price is okay with you, I think this is a good way to support the creators and see the game being developed in real time. I think it's going to be really exciting. And yeah, I have to admit that I had a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with this game, even though it's still an early access. So my honest recommendation is that if you're a builder, for instance, of course, in The Sims, many of us are probably coming here from this game, but if you're a builder, you are going to enjoy this. The variability is really great. You can have a lot of fun with it. I think that you can make it your own very easily, and there is a good amount of items for you to have fun with. Now, regarding the bugs, and you could see one bug a couple of seconds ago. Now you can't see it, but there will be the same thing happening a couple of times. Every now and then you can notice that some items are suddenly like scattered around the build. A couple of seconds ago it was an orange pillow just lying on the floor. This is one bug that I encountered, and I am going to probably report it, but first I want to find out how it happens, because of course that's valuable information for the team and for the developers. But yeah, every now and then what happened was that I was holding one item, and then I think it was when I tried to change the colors of it, and maybe then clicked on a different item or something like that. I still have to figure it out. But then that item just like stayed there in the spice and I couldn't delete it. It was like the game was not recognizing it. Like the game didn't know that it was there. I think it was just like a visual glitch. But it happened a couple of times when I was building. So I thought that I would probably point that out. The solution for this, if it happens to you when you're building, is just to save your game, quit to the menu, and then load the game again, and it's not going to be there. So that's what I would advise you to do. And I thought it would be also important to point that out because it is there, it's happening, but there's like a very simple solution to that. And like I said, I am going to report it as a bug, and for that you can use one of the buttons in the upper right corner. I think it's the thumbs up, thumbs down icon, and you can report any bugs there. So if you encounter any, I would recommend that because, like I said, it's an early access, and the point of early access is that the players themselves are going to report the bugs and they're going to help create the game. So of course, feel free if you encounter anything like that to report it. I think that the developers will be very glad for you to do that. So I'm trying to now decorate the space, like the little office nook and some like hobby area. So there is quite a good amount of like items for musicians and artists. So in this house, I've decided that it was intended for a musician. So there are going to be a couple of musical instruments there. Now I am decorating this beautiful shelf. I had a lot of fun with this, I'm not going to lie. This is something I very, very much enjoyed. It looks, in my opinion, great. And it's great that you can like customize it the way you want to. By the way, the visual glitch happened again there. You can see that right next to the keyboard. Every now and then, yeah, it was visible right now. There is the box of tissues. The same thing happened there. So story, even though I saw those items, I always kept playing and kept building for some time, and then I reloaded the game because I think it just like, I don't think it's that too like jarring for you to see it there, and it's going to disappear soon. As you can see, I opted for a quite striking bold color scheme. The primary colors in the interior of this house are pinkish violet, vibrant purple, baby blue, light beige, and last but not least, orange to make the interior pop. I opted for this color combination simply because I wanted to show you how well the game works with vibrant color scheme, since most other builds I have seen usually tend to go for more natural hues. That might have already changed, but still, I think that colorful interiors are my go-to options, and I was having a lot of fun. I didn't have any specific person in my mind when I was building this house, but as I was working on it, a clear picture started to form of a young woman who is trying to find true love, who's been looking maybe for quite some time. And it looked things are going to get better soon, as there are wine glasses in the kitchen from the last night and a breakfast ready for two. I very much enjoyed the storytelling aspect of the build items, and there are so many more in the catalog that I can't wait to build something else soon. So now I'm working on the bedroom. The interior there is relatively simple. I didn't want to go over the board too much there. But yes, I'm still using the same colors. I am just slightly changing their ratio. Maybe that's the right term, their ratio. So the oranges are ever so slightly more prominent, and the light blue as well. The purple is being slightly toned down in here. I just simply wanted to create a place that made sense to me for a bedroom, simply because I think that the bedroom shouldn't maybe have as striking colors as the rest of the interior. I think it's like supposed to be a place where you sleep and where you can calm down and rest. So I think this looks really nice, and it still very much fits the color scheme of the whole build. So I'm just applying some very last few touches, placing this piece of table there. I have to admit that I haven't playtested it yet. I would also like to find out how I can upload these builds to the workshop, because if you haven't noticed it yet, this game has a workshop that's basically like, if I understand it correctly, it's like Steam integrated, and it's also integrated into the game where you can basically just download any mods that people will post, or any items, rooms, whatever. And in this way you can very easily maybe fix some bugs that are already bugging you, or maybe just add something more to the gameplay. And honestly, the possibilities seem endless. Speaking of the workshop, it brings me to a different thing in this game, and that's the camera movement. I hope that even like in my video, the camera movement is not too jarring, and it's right now it is, because I'm working on this very, very small room. I apologize for that, but I have to admit that the camera movement every now and then feels a bit wonky. Like, I sometimes can't really figure out what to do better. There are some options in the settings, so definitely go through the settings. I think I toggled some options that made more sense to me, but it still took some time to get used to this type of movement. However, in the workshop, you can download the Sensible Camera Control. It was created by Twisted Maxi. Players of The Sims probably know them very well by now, and it's incredible how many items in the workshops are there already. Let me just check, but it seems like there are around maybe almost like it's more than 4,000 items, and it's been released like for how long? 2 days? Absolutely incredible. The community always comes together, and it's wonderful to see it. So yeah, I very much recommend it. I'm going to try it myself, and in the next video I am going to report on how it worked. Now, my probably most favorite part of the exterior building is the things that you see right now, and it's the planters and the fact that you can place individual flowers in there. Oh my god, I was having so much fun. This was absolutely incredible. Not going to lie, to place that many planters around the house, I'm just going to show you this one planter, maybe another one, but yeah, there are way more. You will see it in the end on pictures, I hope. But it was so much fun customizing it in this way. And you can see, because like when I placed those flowers there, it felt too uniform, so then you just go and you resize them a bit, and it just works perfectly. It's so good. It's really, really wonderful, and I was having a lot of fun with this. So I very much recommend, if you have this game, trying to play around with these flower planters. It's so much fun. I was also very happy with the landscaping. I very much enjoy the real grass terrain paint. It's not even a paint, because you're 3D painting. It's so good. It looks so realistic. I think I need some time getting used to it, but it's so much fun, and I very much enjoy the realistic look of it. So now I'm placing some plants and some flowers in there, and once again the resize option really comes in handy. I opted for only a couple of types of these bushes, and I think they are looking very, very lovely. I didn't want to overdo it. I think when you pick too many types, it can get a bit too much, but since keeping this color scheme of yellow and purple, it just made sense to me. Now I'm trying to work more with the terrain paint, to match with the surroundings of the lot. And here you can see me decorating the other plants that I talked about. Placing the flower box there next to the roof was not my original idea. Actually, it stemmed from the fact that I couldn't place any window on the roof. That part I was a bit sad about, because basically none of the items that you can place like to the walls worked on roof pieces. Once again, this is early access, so it very much makes sense. The roofing, and it's actually the game stated there itself that this is something that the developers are going to work on some more. This is not a finished product, so this is going to change. But for me personally, I felt slightly sad that I couldn't decorate it in a better way. But I think that the flower box there looks really nice. It makes sense. The last thing I wanted to mention is the toggle advanced widget option that some items have, and with that you can actually rotate the items and move them up and down, and it's really cool, so I very much recommend trying to use it. There's also this shift option which allows you to raise things up and down, and that's also very cool. Also, do you see the popcorn? Isn't that cool that it can look this way? I absolutely love this. Anyway, we're coming to the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day and hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!